But let's talk about this Fed thing a little bit today. So Jerome Powell did speak today. I don't know what this event actually was, but he was there to speak to kind of allude to a little bit of where the Fed may be heading and if they are pivoting in terms of their rate hikes. We've seen 75-point rate hikes the last few FOMC meetings dating back to, I guess probably like halfway through last year or this year, technically still.
It
And
started in what, June or July?
that's what I was going to say. I think it was maybe July, but they've
Yeah.
all been 75 since then.
Yeah.
And many people have been projecting and thinking that the December one that takes place on the 13th and 14th would be another 75. From everything that Jerome Powell said today, it almost seems assured it will not be 75 points this next time around. It's got more people thinking that we'll see something more in the 50 range. And the most interesting thing that he did say was that they are still going to be moving on with rate hikes here, but they have more of a focus on smaller incremental ones because they don't want to do too much damage, of course, and maybe just do them for a bit of a longer period of time while still getting to the ultimate interest rate goal that they had in mind, but by doing it again more gradually and more drawn out, which I would imagine probably gives them some more wiggle room. What do you think about that, Ewok? Because to me, it's like, maybe in the short term, it's kind of good because, obviously you're seeing the bullish sentiment in the market just based off this news today. I'm pretty sure that maybe we'll still see some bullishness with the announcement of 50 points in mid-December, assuming it doesn't get priced in the next couple of weeks already. But what do you think about that? Because to me, that might make me think, and agreeing with something that you said earlier about the January timeline for new lows, possibly, it makes me think that maybe this could just drag a little bit more as far as the crypto market seeing its final,
Well,
bottom.
it could, and I think the rally that you're seeing does have a little bit. We always say it's baked in, but it takes time to do that. I think that's what you're seeing now. Partially is some of the sentiment from the news of a 50-point rate hike. But yeah, I still think that about 2 months until it plays out, we get another 2 of the 50-point rate hikes. And hopefully they seem to pull back and ease up. But I still think there's going to be another event, another fallout. Something's going to happen to cause the dramatic fall down to the levels that we've been talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think it would make a lot of sense, like just where the Fed is right now. I mean, and we were talking about November being the ultimate low, we thought, for quite some time. And it has been so far, and there was a lot of reasons why. But yeah, to me, it would probably make sense to dip down into that region one more time, maybe even if 14K ends up being the low and not the whole way to 11 or something like that. But yeah, this could trick a lot of people. These were like godlike candles with some of these altcoins the last day or two. So you really want to be careful out there right now. I mean, if you are scaling into the market, I do not get FOMO based on this today right now.
Mm-mm.
I mean, this is almost certainly going to be retraced tenfold over the next few weeks or a month or so. So maybe we'll get a move up. Maybe we'll even get up into the 18s again towards 19 or something. But I mean, there's just too much bearishness still. There's just too much, we've still been trading below the 200-week moving average for Bitcoin. We're not in a trend reversal even in the slightest yet. So
No, not even close.
yeah. So what credence do you give this idea, Ewok? So in the thumbnail today, I put recession basically as I have a feeling, and I think that I'm just wondering if nobody's going to say that word, obviously, that's in any kind of power or anything, even though the Fed is its own kind of entity. But I kind of feel like maybe Powell was reading the tea leaves today and just seeing that, we're probably already there and we need to back off these rate hikes as well. I mean, what do you give that? I mean, do you think there's more people that are, at least behind closed doors or when they look at themselves in the mirror at night, admitting to themselves that like we are probably already at that point and we need to abort this plan or at least shift direction a little bit?
Oh, for sure. They changed the definition of it.
Right.
So
Wiki.
yeah, I mean, come on. They know what is happening. They're doing it on purpose for the betterment of the financial markets. But but they know what's happening. So yes, they're all talking about it behind closed doors, and anybody with half a sense of mind also knows it. I think, you see the price of everything go up, you see fuel going up. Uh, it, what else would you call it? Like, I don't know any other way to define it than a recession. So I
Yeah.
think they would have to admit it to themselves as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you've basically got to. I mean, it's basically actions speak louder than words, and the actions of all these parties right now are, as if we are there and we need to start shifting in another direction. So I feel like it's basically an admittal on their part, and I'm interested to see the direction here. So